What's up, guys? We're here in Gingerman Raceway in South Haven, Michigan, and this is rounds 5 and 6 of the Bagger Racing League. The town of South Haven's a beautiful little town right on the beach of Lake Michigan. Really cool, historic downtown, some good restaurants, great ice cream. Just a really great atmosphere downtown. Gingerman Raceway, this place is beautiful. It's green, there's trees everywhere, rolling hills. This is really kind of a beautiful part of the country and love being out here. So, out here for rounds 5 and 6. This weekend overall, we've had some emotional ups and downs. We ended on a good note out here. So we roll in, we got here Thursday night, get into Friday practice. Weather cooperated other than being like super hot, muggy and humid, but dry at least. So, you know, makes for good riding conditions. So Friday morning we get into practice, and quite honestly, I went out my first practice and the track really kind of caught me off guard. It took a little bit of getting used to. There's some really tight corners that really sneak up on you. There's one corner that's really kind of sweeping and then tightens up at the end. So just that first session, I was like, man, I don't know about this track. And so came back in, went back out my second practice session, and everything started to click at that point. I really fell into a groove kind of right after that, second session, and started to run some really good lap times. Really happy with the way I was riding, the way the bike was running. So yeah, after that second session, I started to really feel good, felt comfortable, started to really kind of find my lines, find my shift points, kind of figuring the track out, and actually felt really good. My lap times seemed to be good, but not everybody was posting their lap times, so I didn't know really where it stacked up against some of the other racers. Jason went out Friday. He had a good session, a couple of sessions on Friday. He said he was feeling comfortable, feeling really good. Get through Friday, get into Saturday. There's a practice session in the morning, and then we get into qualifying, and then get ready for the racing in the afternoon. And I go out for practice, everything seems fine, rolling good, things are feeling good. My lap times, everybody's posting lap times on Saturday at this point, and my lap times are actually looking really good compared to a lot of the other competition, the other racers in the Pro Stock class. Jay's improving on his laps every time he goes out. He's making more and more gains every time he hits the track, so we're super happy with him. And then it's time for qualifying. I go out for qualifying. I'm running 2 classes this weekend again. I'm running the American Twins Unlimited class and also the Pro Stock class. So I had to go out for qualifying for ATU. Ran the qualifying session, felt really good, posted a really good lap, actually qualified P1 in the ATU class, was the fastest qualifier in the class, so I felt really good with that, had a good lap time. Come back in, catch some water, get ready to go back out. And we go out for the bagger qualifying session that me and Jason are both in. And I went out, and the bike started acting funny, started cutting out. Ended up having some charging system issues. Had to do some scrambling to get the bike running, get it going again. We had to change out the entire charging system, change out the battery, get everything running.
Can I jack this front end back up? Jack with it. Yep.
And the bike seemed to be good, so I went out for the ATU race, and I got a good start in the ATU race. ATU race, actually get a really good start, jumped out. The ATU race is a combined class running with the Unlimited Super bikes, which are very fast motorcycles. And I got a good start, got out front of everybody in the ATU class, was kind of trailing the Super bikes, and then the bike shut off. We thought we had it fixed, but apparently not. And I was super frustrated when I came off the track after that. I felt like I was riding amazing. The bike was running good when it was running, but then something in the electrical just was shut off. And I came off and I was super heated, super upset with everything. Honestly, I mean, I was about ready to throw in the towel, and you know, I wasn't going to race the bagger race. I was like, this bike I just cannot catch a break with this thing. I mean, if you watch the Nebraska races, a lot of the same issues, you know, electrical issues just popping up, shutting the motor down, doing whatever. And I just was, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's real and raw. Like, but I had all but given up, and you know, the team kind of rallied. They're like, we're not quitting, we're not giving up. Jake Hargrove was kind of leading the charge. He's like, man, I'm not stopping on this bike. We went to the grid walk in between the ATU race and Pro Stock, and I basically told everybody I wasn't riding. And that was my plan. I had no intentions in getting on that bike because I knew exactly what it was going to do. It was going to shut off mid-race again, and I just wasn't going to do it again. Jake's down here just scrambling on the bike. He swapped the throttle body out in about 5 minutes, and they came and yelled at me that the bike was up and running. So I was like, all right, let's go. So jump on the bike, follow the bikes out off a grid walk, and go racing. I'd actually qualified P1 in Pro Stock. So I was super happy, fastest qualifier in the Pro Stock class. I'll give a little bit of credit. Jake Masters was fast this weekend. He didn't make qualifying because they had a mechanical issue. So he ended up kind of having to start at the back of the pack. So, you know, give credit to where it's due. Jake was the fastest Pro Stock racer this weekend, but he had a mechanical issue that they were dealing with and didn't make qualifying. And so I sat P1. So I was super proud of that. Go into the Pro Stock race after, you know, Jake scrambled to get the bike ready. Go out, run, get a good start. Jump off the line good, ran the race really good. The bike felt awesome, and actually kind of had a good battle all race long with Clay. Clay was right on my back tire the entire race. He kept showing me a will, and I just kind of tried to stay on it. My conditioning wasn't great. I was super gassed out, but I just stayed on the throttle. And give up, and ended up coming home in second place in the Pro Stock class. So super happy. Like I said, I you know, 20 minutes before I had all but given up and wasn't even going to ride, and then ended up on the podium. So
stop number 5 in an 8-race championship. We wrapped it up in Las Vegas. Second race from
fucking in there, homie.
Grand Rapids, Harley Davidson, Fox Power Sports. Obviously, the post from Andrews is here.
Out there, you flew out there right at the last minute and came in with second place, man. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels amazing, honestly. I mean, I was super down and super bummed. Like, I was really low about 30 minutes ago, and now, like, I'm on the podium, and so it's a great feeling. And I just
super happy that the team kind of rallied and got me back in the, you know, in race mode and kind of picked me up off the ground a little bit. So kudos to them. All right, all of our video series are sponsored by the Law Tigers. Law Tigers are there when you're in need. If you guys are ever in a motorcycle accident, please get in contact with your local Law Tigers rep. They'll make sure you get taken care of. Jason in the bagger race yesterday Actually had a get off. He got hit by another rider and it forced him off track, and then he got into the grass and he got off the bike. You know, he slid out in the grass and, you know, banged his head a little bit. I mean, he was shook up. He says he thinks he might have blacked out for a minute, but he bounced back up. He was all good. He was up and moving pretty quick. And the bike wasn't beat up too bad. Saddlebag kind of got ripped off. The fairing got broke, you know, but nothing a little duct tape and zip ties can't fix at the racetrack. And, you know, Jay went to the clinic. He got checked out. Everything was all good. He got the clear to go ahead and race. So he came back in this morning, Sunday morning, wanting to get back on the bike and ride. So he had to kind of shake the nerves this morning after that get off, which you always have to do. It's unnerving. And, you know, you got to jump back up on the horse and get back out there. And he did just that. He got back up on there, even though he was a little shooken up. And he went out and had a really good practice session this morning and kind of shook off the nerves. I went out in practice. I made some changes to my tire setup this week, or for today, and so I wanted to test it in practice this morning. So I went out, tested that, got a few laps in on a different tire. It actually worked out really good. I felt really good on that tire, so I decided to run it in the race. So we get ready to run ATU again, and today was a lot hotter than yesterday and a lot more humid, and I was just worried about running back-to-back races and having to sit on the grid and do the grid walk in between and sit in the sun and just conserving my energy for the bagger race, because that's really kind of like why we're here. The ATU is kind of like extra. So in the ATU race, we brought out the pit board. These guys were communicating kind of the gap I had. So ATU race, the plan was like, get out front, monitor my lead, and just maintain it and kind of, you know, not have to run full pace. So that's what I did. I got out front, had a good start. These guys were letting me know like how far ahead of the next ATU racer I was, and I had a good gap on them. And just kind of like put it in cruise control a little bit and brought home second place in the ATU class. And the bike finished, it ran great, so I'm super happy with that. It's the first podium in ATU since Chuck Walla. So yeah, I feel good about that. So then we get ready, we go out and do grid walk. Me and Jay are out there. Had to come off track, you know, just I had ice in my suit and pouring water down my back and just trying to get cooled off to get ready to go right back out for the bagger race. So we get lined up. Again, I'm P1 because we share the same qualifying session from Saturday to Sunday. I'm sitting P1. Get a decent start, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try and, you know, hang with Jake, because he was running faster lap times all weekend. So I figured if I could try and follow him, chase him for a lap or two, maybe create some separation between, you know, me and whoever's behind me. I think Clay was behind me for a little while. I think we got about halfway. The guys were communicating, how far back he was, and it seemed like about halfway, he kind of backed off the pace, and I just kept on it. I kept coming around and seeing the pit board, and it was saying +0, which basically means there's 0 time between me and the guy behind me. So that means stay on the throttle, and that +0 is a motivator. Like, it's like, don't let up, because this guy's right on my back tire. And so yeah, I just stayed in it. I got tired, my legs were smoked, I was sweating, but pulled it off, came home with another 2nd place, right behind Jake. Clay got 3rd. It was a great race. I'm super proud of the way I rode, super proud of the team for staying in there. Jason in the bagger race kept it on 2 wheels on Sunday. He finished the race, actually ran his best lap of the weekend in the race, so I'm super proud of him for getting back out there, jumping back on the horse, and running his best lap of the weekend. And so overall, like I said, we had some downs, some mechanicals, a lot of electrical issues, charging system, throttle body issues, battery issues. But the team, again, never gave up. So I got to give a lot of credit to the team for putting in the work, never giving up, and just putting in full effort. Super proud of everybody. And lastly, I just got to thank the sponsors, all of our great sponsors. Obviously, Tucker Speed. I got to give a huge shout out to GP Suspension, Pirelli Tires. I'll give a shout out to Corey. He's always willing to jump on a phone call and give me some advice or assistance. So thank you, Corey. Alloy Art, Behringer Brakes, Ultra Cool, all the fine folks that are helping us get out here and go fast. I can't say enough about all of our sponsors. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. We got a couple more races coming up in Vegas in a couple of months, around 7 and 8. I want to thank you guys for all your continued support, and your fans and everybody that reaches out and shows our team and myself some love and support. I want to say thank you to you guys for tuning in and paying attention to us. It makes us feel really good. Thank you so much.